Jamaica. Bob Marley got sick and died at the age of 36. Black and white, one blood. Brother Bob Marley, born 1945, died 1981. Bob Marley, rally Rastafari colors, red, gold, and green. Bob Marley, rainbow country, sweet Jamaica. Coloring black, gold and green. Bob Marley rest in peace in the parish of his birth, oh Jah. In memory of my brother Bob Marley, born 1945, oh Jah. Rest in peace, 1981. Da 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 da, da 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 da. Bob Marley, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. Bob Marley, from the king of reggae. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Bonnie Wailer and Peter Touch. Bob Marley sings one love, love, in the house of Highland for a man named Chris Blackwell. Bob Marley got sick and died at the age of 36, oh Lord God. Bob Marley got sick and died at the age of 36, oh Jah Rastafari, Rastafari. Chris Blackwell, first white man I sing a song. Chris Blackwell is the first white man to hear my golden voice. Chris Blackwell is the first white man smile and shake my hand. Let me take you back in time in your mind, Mr. Chris Blackwell. He don't remember juvenile from Trenchtown. Why he can't recall sweet Jamaica 1963. I remember in Halfway Tree I sing Chris Blackwell a song. I am who am I, Rastafari. Why? I am, who am I? Question without answer, no reply. Lord God, I am who I am. Surface Selassie, Rastafari. Whispering angel, singing hero. One love, congratulating Chris Blackwell. Whispering hero, conquering lion, oh Jah. One love, congratulating Mr. Chris Blackwell, oh Jah. Chris Blackwell, oh Jah. First white man in my career. Chris Blackwell is the first white man. Highlighted Bob Marley and the Wailers. Chris Blackwell is the first white man. Smile and shake my hand. Let me take you back in time in your mind, Mr. Chris Blackwell. He don't remember. Juvenile child from Trenchtown. Rastafari.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Rastafari.
The voice.
Blessing.
And the music
Selassie.
of Jahman Levi.
Give thanks.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What a way to say welcome.
Thank you.
You know, your voice has always been to me like a gentle river flowing.
Thank you very much.
And it hasn't changed. In fact, it's mellowing. Let me ask you this, because you gave me an unmixed CD of the both songs that you started with.
Rastafari.
And they're beautiful songs. What inspired, I know yourself and Bob Marley were friends.
Yes.
And I know you've done a song for Bob already, Bob and Friends over there.
Thank you very much.
And now you've done another one. And you've done now one for Chris Blackwell. What inspired this Jahman?
All right. Greetings to all my fans and my friends and Rastaman in Jamaica, Selassie, Rastafari. Well, this is a long journey. I'm living with the living and I'm also living with the dead, Rastafari. So I have to deliver a message within the living, in the living terms, and also on the spiritual terms. Yes, in the spiritual terms, because when I sing of Bob Marley, you must understand it's on the spiritual terms, because we used to live in the physical terms, Rastafari, but now we are together spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
In the 80s, after my brethren rest, my first vision of Bob, I saw an image, or an object, if I should say, coming from the mountain, off a mountain. In my vision, well, this mountain must be Zion, Rastafari, because it was who was coming out of the mountain when I recognized him. Mm-hmm. So it must be Zion.
Mm-hmm.
And this object keep coming down on the mountain, and I observe it, and it come closer and closer. And when it came closer that I could picture with it, it was Brother Bob Marley, Selassie. And he came to I as Bob Marley, because I know Bob Marley. I lived with him for a certain time, so I know his personality.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to me and he gave me 2 letters. 1 letter white, 1 letter yellow. I look at the letter, but the letter didn't attract me at the same time. It is Bob, because you know Bob have a aura that, you know, it is Bob Marley, Selassie.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't say a word. He just gave me these 2 letters and he went. And I rise in the morning. This is, remember now, Elise, I'm telling you that this is from in the 80s, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So this is going nearly 20 years, you understand? It's been a heavy vibes and tribulation in that period, Selassie, to stay spiritually and firm in what I am doing spiritually with Jah, Rastafari. So this is what I have now completed the album pertaining to Bob and Chris Blackwell and myself, because this relationship is from 1977, Rastafari. And the world knows the relationship of Jahman Levi treatment within Chris Blackwell fraternity, Selassie, because I speak, Selassie. I know no secret. I know secret to no one.
Right.
I speak to the world, Selassie. And I also sing it because it is there on vinyl out there, Selassie, but with no disrespect, Rastafari. Anyhow, I've written that song, Bob Marley is my postman, because if I see it, when you get a letter, it's a postman deliver your letter.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get a letter, it's for you to read the letter. And if it is done to you, know, to reply to the letter.
Right.
Whatever is in the letter. So when I get my letter, I say, well, It's taken me years now in Elise, like I said, from 1980s, to interpret it and put it together. Whoop a paper tear up, listen man, all over the place. Me go to France, write another note and tear it. When we go to Germany, we change that line, become a line there. And it come right all over the world. So it's all these two songs has been put together. Right. Anyhow, I am now delivering my message. Because I get a message from Bob Marley. Because if I get a message from my friend as Bob Marley, the king of reggae, the world Rastafari, coming from Zion, because that's I know say him dead. Because last time I see him, I'm not tell I, but his farewells show I see right now, Jahman, I step forward.
Yeah.
See. So I have to look into this letter, and his approach when he came to I in the letter, with the letter, you know, it's like a child. When I say child, you know, when he's a little child and your mother send you to buy something on the street, but you don't really want to go away, but you have to go, whether you like it or not. So him have a countenance and his face feel like, boy, him is sent to I with a letter. So I picture it in many ways. Who is I? That Bob should bring a letter to I. And I have to interpret it for all those ways, and I have to live with all those things for all those years. So last year. But as time goes on, through visions, Rastafari, it get clearer and clearer to I that it is I, Jahman Levi, got the message, and I have to deliver it.
Right.
So I am now deliver the message where Bob Marley bring to me. Remember now, you know, Bob Marley only bring me 2 letters. He never bring me no sounds. He never bring me no writing script. No nothing. It's just 2 letters. No, I am the interpreter. So I have to interpret where the message I feel which I has given I.
Right.
Selassie. So that's all. So hear me now, my people. For me to deliver this message, you know, this song has been written a long time, and I take time and wonder, should I sing it? Should I sing it? No, and again I say Bob Marley, and let me show I swear. Want me, and my thing. And I wake up and say, chop.
So you get vision from Bob more than once. You keep getting visions.
It's a regular thing, Elise. Like I said, I live with the spirit and I live with the dead.
Yes, I got you. Got you, loud and clear.
But it never finalized fully now until I went to Jerusalem. So I said, I can only speak it as I see it. You know what I'm saying? Rastafari, Selassie, you know. So my agent, respect to him, Michel of Mediacom in France.
Yes.
All the artists them here in Jamaica, you know him, because I work with all the artists.
Right.
So I big up him names, give him a mention, see. He said to I Jahman, Israel is calling. I said, when? And me tell I, but when the time Israel really call for Jahman Levi, war is going on.
In Israel.
In Israel. So I say, my Father God, what is this?
This is recently.
Just 3-4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago.
Last year, right. I show the picture.
Yes, but them no know. Them no know.
Right.
So you just come from Jerusalem.
Rastafari. So I said to myself, Father, war are gone, right, Father? And him say yes, because it's me talk to my father.
Yeah.
I said, but Father, I want to eat some food in the meantime, you know. And the message of is still cold, so hear me now. Me just continue doing what I do, you know. Just keep on praying to you and you guide me and protect me, because all through the war, me come like Amshek, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire, but can't get burned. Selassie. So I pray, because if you don't pray, you don't ask. So I pray and I ask my Father, cease the war a little bit now. I don't eat my food, and when I don't eat my food, if I want to start the war, start it again. because it happened already in Africa. You know, I was supposed to go to Sasamash, and I believe from Gambia to go to Sasamash. Mash. Okay, I'm pronouncing the word.
Sasamani?
No. Sasamash.
Okay.
Yeah. And the war ceased because Jahman was coming in and reggae music was coming in. So last year, God knows the truth.
Yeah.
And for that day, pure peace, and we play music nice and everything nice. And in the morning, I leave from Kasam or something like that, yes. And take the plane from there back to Gambia. 25 people die. Because the war start again, see, in 24 hours. So it happened before. So I said, well, Father, well, give thanks and praise. But no, this is Israel, no, Father. So we say. So Father said, all right, go on. You have to do it well, because you have to go, do the war, and you have to go sing the song. Aria, warrior. I said, yes, Father, all right. Okay. So the door was open, and Rastaman was escorted in, and then escorted, imagine them get escorted me off of the plane, me and my band. Take away half of the plane totally. Take us away from the passengers and carry us through some nice and treat us properly as well and get me 3 months. Because I can't go back to the right now, we don't get a visa now. Right. 3 month visa right now, see? So last year. And
so who was responsible for that?
The gentleman in there who is a promoter. But of course, him correspond with Michelle of Mediacom. So, and again, the name, not exact myself, my people, but my name is Jahman Levi, big in the world.
Absolutely. So I'm saying it like that is just so simply put, because it's like it's a joke how you just said it a while ago, because you're massive.
Well, it's like when we walk down the street, Queen said to me, wow, you can't put on a bit of clothes and that. I said, just lower my express, me just come out for the whole stop and put on 3-piece suit that time.
Massive, and there's and your spirit, the spirit of Jahman Levi is highly recognized amongst great spirits of the world.
Give thanks.
As simple as this, like a short man is, Don't take like a short man lies,
So let's go back to the we have to finish this
Israel.
Part, yeah, Israel. Yes, my people. The war I went, yes, and the escort I through, yes, and then put her in the house of Zion Gate, is that hotel. And then in the day we went escorting around as VIP treatment, tell us the city. So this was old Jerusalem now. This is the David of city of David. We have the Wailing Walls and where the bury Christ, wash him off, and His Majesty Rastafari Selassie. So I take my part and I travel as a visitor, because the spirit I travel with I, and I travel with the spirit. And I go out to see the sepulchre, where after them bury Christ, them put him in the sepulchre. In that sepulchre, that's where the wall was moved away, that round stone where Mary Magdalene saw the stone move, and she said, well, them gone with him. That is when him rise on the third day. Well, I show you the picture yesterday.
I have them here, right. Beautiful.
So I went to the picture in the sepulchre, Rastafari. Living and, like I said, I live with the living and the dead. So I do strange things, but it's not I what do it, it's the spirit I carry through. So I give thanks to get my blessing, come out, do what is to we do, like what many other people is doing. There's not many people going into the I went still, because the spirit may not call anyone in there. So last year I was called as a Rasta man, so even my group who was there with me, 5 of us, nobody went enter, but yet I was the only one. When I wake up to yesterday, I think about it. It's strange. How comes only I alone go inside? But Rastafari call I in, and I felt the presence, and it can't describe. And I came back from Jerusalem, and I came to Paris. And then that was last week now, and I was in Paris, and my arrangement was to come out and take out a 1 teeth before I come back to Jamaica. So on Monday last week, I was heading for the airport to take out this 1 teeth in London, because I'm leaving out on the Friday. And the Spirit said to me, where are you going? So I got to take out a teeth. He said, listen, man, make a phone call and find out if you can get this shoot time and do some music, man. So I just follow the Spirit and just make a phone call. Engineer man say, yes, I man, are you ready? So I just telephone the musician, the man, everybody ready. He say, what time we can ready? He say, well, 9 o'clock. I say, what's the far right? So 9 o'clock, shoot the time, and the Spirit does say, well, here they know. It's Bob Marley song I do now, because next year is Bob Marley. Listen, Elise, it's a long drama, Anyhow, Bob Marley is 70 next year. And me and Bamali don't talk about the 7 minutes. I think maybe have I interviewed him before and I tell you it's true Bob Marley why I choose the lady who I am living with now and that because she was 7.5 years. Our first interview I told you that Selassie, so if you should rewind Selassie. So I choose she to Bob because I did on a mission journey with Bob. One night I saw Bob Marley in a cave and me and him was in the cave and we reason. And while we were talking, he said to me, Isa man, remember the number 7? I said, yes, Bob, all right. And we did that talk, and it's time for me to leave now. So I said, all right, Bob, I got here. He said, all right. But, Isa man, I said, yes, Bob, He said, remember the number 7 here? I said, yes, Bob, Rastafari. And we go through and wake up in the morning, I said, yes, number 7. I know what is the interpretation of the number 7, because number 7 twice is the Trinity. Selassie. So very, very heavy. If anybody know my albums and know Jahman Levi albums, all my albums carry 2-7, which is the Trinity. Anyhow, I've been following attraction with Bob and wolfing with Bob.
Let me just interject for a minute. You said that interpreting the dream that you had with the 2 letters, it was easier to do after coming from Jerusalem. Tie up that for us.
Well, it's sealed up now because the letter done is sealed up. Is you going to help me now to fully seal it up? Selassie, the woman, Elise Kelly, it's just make it have to be you. And I don't know you long time, but the time has come. Because the first the world going to hear these 2 tracks, Selassie. This is the track from, like I said, so many years, the 2 letters.
Okay.
One letter white.
Okay.
The white letter remind me of Chris Blackwell. The yellow letter remind me of Bob Marley because Bob Marley is color, you know.
Yes,
black and white.
Yes.
He's color.
Yes.
But Bob Marley, Chris Blackwell is dark, the white.
Yes.
So I have to, like I said, you have to interpret the whole thing from all that time to bring it down to the level. And when I hear Bob Marley sing of me in a Zion, them call my name on the radio, singing, Jahman Levi. Can't lie upon them things, you know. So it's get more heavy. And I want to say, when I wake up in the morning, I say, oh, Bob Marley, I sing about me. And it's said to me, then, just, sing about Bob Marley to want to this tune where Elise Kelly just mentioned Bob Marley and friends over there. So, well, no, let him sing about you too. But it's the heights where I reached that 3-year Bob. I sing of I on the radio in that heights. Whoa. So it's like it get heavy and I like him sending the message more and more that I have to deliver whether I like it or not. No, I'm going to be released now because Rastafari, the song has been laid down. It's just for me to put on a little girl vibes, man, percussion and brass and Selassie.
We're going to take a break. We have cashback coming up. Absolutely. I told you, I told my listeners, it's spirit me go have in the studio, and no flesh alone, a spirit. So we're going to take a little break. We're so forward. Very, because some people say, yeah, I am a warrior. And another one would say, yeah, I am a righteous warrior. And another one would say, I am no warrior. How do you interpret this song? Or how are we to interpret this song?
Which is wonderful to hear you interpret it in 4 different orders. Rastafari. I only ask one order. Are we a warrior? Just a question I ask now. Yeah. Rastafari. So it's wonderful that I can answer it already. Because there's so much interpretation. And there's so much reason why if it's a war, I can't tell the world around right now, war for go on. But again, look at war and show war on, war not necessary. Because I went to, like I said, Jerusalem, which is Israel, and there was war there. But when I went, where I went was peace. And it's pure love I see. Even though boom, I want to cross the road here, so cross my corner, a pure peace. So it's not war everywhere. And like I said, it's years. My birthday never mentioned the name this morning, although I don't play my music no more still, but Rastafari, brother Mota Baruka. Because he never stop playing molding, and molding know what molding means.
Yeah.
And since Mark said the last time, Jahman, you know about farming, I'm happy to tell him, no, my brethren, that I am now a farmer. So last year I plant yam, plant cocoa, plant cabbage. Up to yesterday, my young lady went to the market and sell her cabbage. And carrot.
Nice.
So I turn a farmer, Muta, Rastafari, no disrespect.
All right.
Anyhow,
yes.
As you was saying.
Yes, all right. So we have these songs, and the young people, there are a set of young people, you know, in a creation, because you did always have a set of young people in a creation where it all, you know, and nothing no change. So you have a set of young people in a creation now where all, and them overs the music of Jahman Levi. You are now in your late 60s. Am I right?
I am now 68.
You are now 68.
Rastafari.
So now you're 68, still touring, still blessing souls, with many friends over there. The other side.
Elise, even like you know the joy and the glory that I get right now, although I talked before and even time past, Chris Blackwell, why I hold my money, but that the money they only give me the joy we have right now, to be touring at this age, loved by the world, because I passed through at least 3 different generations.
Yes,
right?
Yes, give thanks.
Brother Bob Marley only reached 5th generation, he never crossed over.
Yes.
So last year I over it and over it.
Yes.
And now when I go perform, like when I went to Jerusalem the other day, I saw some elders where I walk with walking stick, who I live with Jahman music for all those years, and at the same time, them I walk with them children, and them children I walk with them grandchildren, because as so many years I out there's as them say now, a legend, you know, Rastafari. So when I look, I realize that my message is for the old and the young and everyone, and I'm glad to be here, Rastafari, because you know,
that's a blessing.
Just say, listen, you say, I say, over and over, Jamaican I play my music, just my interpretation. But when I look into prophecy, Father say, son, him I leave the best wine for the last. And a prophet is of no honor in him one country. Here I am. I don't want to say I conquer the world, but I know 4 corners of the world. So last time, Jahman Levi all over. So last time, and yes, still my little Jamaica, I am like a stranger. But I'm comfortable.
Because you know something, you know what I love about creation. That doesn't diminish the work of Jahman Levi.
No,
because the mission is still being accomplished. Even at age 68,
I am here,
trotting out there, and when I put on an Jahman Levi, the world open up on this computer here. So even those, you see, because Jai is so great that it's past one little space now, you know. You play something and the whole world here. You talk something and the whole world respond. So when I play Jahman Levi now, the world responds.
Really, it's them 2 music here. Yeah, the world wider for Jahman Levi. Give thanks.
But it's a blessing. It's a blessing. All right, let us talk about the interesting phenomenon where you said you're living with the living and you're living with those who have gone over the other side.
All right.
What experience is that for you, not just personally, but in terms of your creativity?
All right. Well, in the year 2013, on the 8th of May, it was a night with Muta Baruka. And I told it to the nation that on the 7th of May, the year 2012, my Father's Majesty speaks to I, Rastafari. Now, I can remember one word directly to I, that registered to I, and that one word was the world.
The world.
The world. So, I listened, was delighted to see my father. Selassie, just like I'll talk to you, but I wasn't talking. I was only listening. His Majesty, my father, the king, and God and king, he was talking. Because I couldn't ask a question. What kind of question I ask? I'm glad to see my father. I listen. And when I rise I remember the word. The word. I remember his voice, just like I hear it on radio in the past, His Majesty, but not his voice I only hear. I see him personally talking to I in an Field Marshal uniform. When I rise, I said to myself, well, wow, this is heavy, and it's taking me years to interpret it. What is this? Because for me, you have to be, I see it, you have to be in the right frame of mind for His Majesty to visit you. That's one. My God, I get many visions, but I not think of His Majesty Rastafari. But there was, and speak to I. So that song has already written, and from that day, the year 2007, 2012, the 7th of May, I take a slight different direction within my ministry as an artist and as a person, because that's why the two letters now have to be delivered. Although Bob Marley come and confuse me, he'll go up a little thing and blah, 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 because Bob Marley is a Joseph, you know, and Joseph play tricks for you sometimes. if you know prophecy, because him play tricks for him brother, then remember? Him plant the something in them bowl, and when him gone out there, him send the man to come, you know, read the prophecy. You remember that part there, Ruben? Yeah, Ruben. You know.
Why you remember some your Ruben? Why you know easy, you know? Why we are to say, you say, what Ruben?
Rastafari. So,
yes.
you know, Bob, as a person,
yes.
you have him little funny, little saying, guys, right. Anyhow, so that's where it comes down to now, finally, you know, when His Majesty talk to me. And the word is the world.
How you interpret that?
I interpret the word now that Bob Marley, with him 2 letters, Bob Marley is the king of reggae, the world. Reggae music is the world music. I am a part of the world music, which is reggae music. And right now, I think I've done my works for so many years internationally. So I represent the world music.
Absolutely.
Living.
Absolutely.
Right. Back to the dead now.
Yes.
Bob is not alive with I in the physical term. I'm dead. You have to accept that. Selassie. But yet, with vision, Father say, without vision, you do not see. Yet still I see him, talk to him. And I can interpret it now in a reality and talk of him now, Selassie. So, I have function with him, see him. Well, like I said to him, tell me bye the idea. So, to me right now, for the past 2 years, I don't see him. Because the spirit show me like him show. Last time I see him show I, it's like him show I say, well, Bob, Jahman, I'm my time now. So I'm going for the higher heights. But we are bye-bye to I, and I we are bye-bye to him, and it's nearly 2 years now I don't see him, so I just leave it at that, so reach for the higher heights, Rastafari.
You know, this conversation, although it may be very deep for some, there are others who clearly understand that you are saying that there is also life within death.
My father, then I build my big thing in my yard. My father turned over this house at 12 and I build. And now and again, come visit me, I'm seeing him. I mean, I'm also man look for swim I'm going with. Come and see him. Without vision, the people perish.
Absolutely.
Life, alive or dead. So it is good that you can see on the heights. That means when I look on it, life that way, death, sure, is just when I look on it, life that way, death, sure, it's just another part of the journey.
No sting.
Rastafari.
No sting, Jahman.
See, Rastafari. So, this is how I look at as a Levi.
Yes.
Living in the spirit of Moses, because remember Moses was a Levi.
Yes.
And I tried the Levi life scene. So, Rastafari.
All right. So you're here in Jamaica, and what can we look forward to? I know those 2 songs that you've given to me. I know my responsibility. Seeing? My responsibility is to make them be heard.
Thank you.
All right.
And it's only you alone can make them hear, because it's only you alone of them.
Okay.
Make the world know that, see?
Okay.
See, so you have a responsibility.
So that's why I you know, I take my responsibilities well, you know. I handle them well. So I will chart through my responsibility.
Give thanks.
We're at age 68. with the world knowing who you are, with the power of reggae music in your heart and in your voice, where do you see yourself and your mission at this point?
Well, at this point, I can tell you the fullness. Because like I say, the world finger is pointing towards my direction, Jahman Levi. I am not saying that. It is what the world is saying, Rastafari. And in view vision of my father and so on, I know when the table is turning, and really the table really a turn. Because for my grandmother that sepulchre, I'm get my blessing and pass through the spirit. Where them say them bury Christ, where them say them wash him off, where them crown him. As a Rasta man, Selassie, it's a blessing. So I come out and I do this tune music. And like I said, you see, when I talk about Chris Blackwell, everyone to understand, this is a relationship from 1977, Selassie, which I did 2 albums, Iriefm and Are We a Warrior, which it is written in history. That is the 2 greatest reggae music that has been made. Selassie. It's not I was a step. No one to find out, go check the museum. Selassie. So, it is there. And, like I said, we're not about the pavement now, but we're about history, see. And we come right down to the level. Elise, when Bob Marley used to come to England, I never hear Bob Marley play guitar. I seen him on stage acquiring something, but I never actually see him play a guitar. But Bob Marley, sit down and listen to me play guitar many a time. Because I'm the one they call 10 string in England.
Really?
Rastafari. Everybody want to feel, who is 10 strings? Yeah, Bob Marley come. Where 10 strings is I himself.
Now that I have you in front of me, there is something that I would like to ask you. There is another song that you're very well known for, and it's Jah Heavy Lord.
Rastafari.
When I said I carry Jah Heavy Lord, what you mean?
Yes, well, I like hope that door because the history of hope, Selassie. That heavy load, my darling dear. I got married, lived in my family, Selassie. Got involved with Babylon. Me and my wife, Selassie, because not I alone. That wife was Miss Beverly, who don't know the history. She's on the same album, Are We a Warrior?
You mean Miss Marge?
No, Miss Beverly.
Miss Beverly, we don't know. Who was first? Miss Beverly or Miss...
Miss Beverly was first.
You have me counting now, Aisha, man. Yes.
so the history that really put elbow, God, if you don't know. That was, and if you play the music, you hear the direction of what I'm talking about. Anyhow, I went to prison, Rastafari. I get 3 years, Selassie. While I was in prison, 2, 3, 4 days, my wife come to me and say, well, sure. I say, what happened? 12 years ago, I say, what are you talking about? What? So, I leave and go about our business, and I go back to my cell, and I say to him, and say, my virgin, how when me really get? Him say, well, son, as a big man, I ask him. He say, son, is it consecutive, the next other word? Concurrent. I say, well, I don't really know, So he explained why. Well, if one is this, it's 12 years. But if one is that, it's 3 years. He said, stuff, all right. So anyhow, go through my scrubs. Everybody there in Jamaica, all probably their family, Selassie. Go through me Wandsworth, Rastafari, and end up at Albany, Isle of Wight, Selassie. And the next visit me get from my wife, Miss Beverly, she come to me and say, well, I'm going to leave you. Rastafari, Selassie. So that is that. Anyhow, when I came out, like I said, while you're there, you think terrible and dreadful things. And my father said to me now, when I went in as the youth, because I used to sing as the youth in England, and other names too, Naya and all, the Sunflakes and all them kind of thing there. But while I was there, the spirit come to me and said, well, now it's time to change the name. So I put the name together, Jahman Levi, by the first letter in the Bible is I, because it is in the beginning, I. So I said, well, I can take I, because His Majesty is I, Rastafari. And I said, well, Jah, yes. I said, I want that every man address me in life to come, them call Jah in their mouth. That was my wish to Jah. And I put Jah together. And then there was Ijah son, Ijah this. I said, no. It have to be Ijah man, because from a boy to a man. So it's Ijah man. Then I put that together, came out, and then I see a virgin who saw me in Jamaica and say, what month you born? I said, well, boy, I'm born June, you know. I said, oh, he's a Levi. I said, what do you mean? So I said, well, start telling about the 12 tribe of Israel, Jamaica, give thanks and praise to Jah Rastafari for that manifestation. So I went and I feel the 12 tribe of Israel and start doing the chapter day. People, Jahman Levi has done my Bible 3 times. It took me 17 years. It's supposed to take you 3 years and 7 months a chapter a day. But no man is perfect. It took me 17 years to do my own 3 times. Rastafari. So I not just talk because I feel I talk.
So the heavy load came after that?
Yes, that's when the heavy load started created from inside a prison.
Okay.
Because while I was in prison, I have a guitar in prison.
Okay.
The prison give me the privilege to have a guitar. So I started writing because it was really a heavy load.
It was a heavy load.
And when I came out, then of course, there was no family. My wife don't want me no more. And I have to take street systems to well 200 yards and I forgot my yard and all them kind of things. So take bush feet and catch up with 12 tribe of Israel in Jamaica, in England, which is St. Agnes Place, the 4 houses of the Rastaman. Beautiful house, Rastafari, but Rastaman have no control over nothing because some lose everything. So last year, but I know the history of St. Agnes Place because when I talk of it now, and I talk to us, you know it is, I talk to all the Rastaman, all of the world who know St. Agnes Place where Babylon give I and I 4 hours. Rastafari. Anyhow, it broke down. That is that. So it come down to this level, you know, Elise, that here I am delivering the message.
Oh, because it's that time.
Yeah.
But I know that there is a song. You start off live, you know. So why we not seal off live?
And I love that.
All right. So first of all, just make we give thanks. We're getting, response. We want to say enough respect to those. I tell you, I'm just looking at the computer and I see the international community shape up themselves. Twinkle Brothers, I see you get the first email. So we have the love. We know the love. And as I said, the Most High is so good and gracious that, the sound don't just have to stick in a one little place. They're all over the world now. So we're going to seal off with Jahman Levi. This is for me. This is for me. Not just history, but a privilege, a pleasure and a privilege to have Jahman Levi in studio.
Is the Lord, and I give thanks for His fullness within His permanence. His golden days and blossoming nights, His gentle hands made I am an son of Him. Life was divided, love. In sweet harmony, come women and children, are we a warrior love? Are we the warriors, oh Lord? Oh Cupid, it's stupid. Let not your arrow from your bows, so hold it low, and never let it go. No. Faith is the mountains, so silent and filled, fountains of waters. For us, His loving creatures, He gave us wisdom. Understand, acknowledge our love, Do we have to have a war? Oh Lord, oh Lord. Are we a warrior? Oh Lord God. Are we a warrior? Are we a warrior? Oh, Cupid, it's Cupid, Lord. Let not your arrow from your bows, so hold it low, and never let it go. Oh, no, no, no. What cause you have a pistol in your hands? Is it for to shut the room from the mountain? Do we have to have a storm, Lord? Why can't we become like a lamb? It's not only when, Lord, we're having a small confusion. It is a war. There are other ways as well, even being confused. Sometimes within your own head, because at times, Lord, hearts get heavier than lead. Are we a warrior? Oh Lord, I ask a question. Are we a warrior? Are we a warrior? Oh, Cupid. It's Cupid, Lord. Let your arrow go from your bows. Hold it low in a Tivoli. Let not your arrow from your bows entrenched down. Oh yeah. Hold your arrow down low, oh Lord God. In a Jamaica, oh Lord God. In the Bay, Montego Bay, I ask a question. Rastafari, Selassie.
Give thanks once again.
Rastafari.
Thanks for gracing us
Thank you.
with your presence.
Thank you very much.
Jahman Levi.
One minute. Make us big up them village people.
Please.
Bronte, Rastafari, because I know they are listening for Iota. Yes. And to all the taxi man, Christiana. Yes, I get that message yesterday. Say, Jahman, big up the taxi man them too, Rastafari. And also, respect to my lady, Annette, Rastafari. Bless. Selassie.
Thanks again. Thanks again. Thanks again.